project I worked on with Dominique Chodekay was a project of seeing whether two different artists could come together, one who does with music and sound and beatboxing, the other who does with dance and movement, see if we could pull together something that would actually be healing and beneficial for the people who use it, other than just entertainment, other than just does it look good. And we thought we would try to apply what we do to solving conflict.
Basically, using the body, or the human body, as an instrumental vehicle for energy, particularly aggressive energy or negative energy, and letting it just sort of move through and having it be something healing, as Maria said, and something meditative.
Well, I had the privilege and the good fortune of working with Dawn in this project. As you know, she is an expert on maps, and I am considered by some to be an expert on brain mapping, which I go into the operating room. I do patients that are awake many times, or sometimes they may even be asleep, but I go ahead and map parts of the brain that are important for simple things, or things that we consider simple, like moving your hands, or your leg, or your face, or talking, production of a speech. So we sort of use both of our expertise, her expertise on maps of the city and maps of the world and the way she plays with them, with my expertise on mapping the brain, which in many ways is sort of, I have the privilege every day of mapping the universe, which is our brain, and she has the good fortune also working with maps of the world, both from a current perspective, historical perspective, and from an artistic perspective as well.
I visited Dr. Q in his lab at Hopkins, and I looked at images of stem cells migrating, and we realised that we both had a mutual interest in migration patterns of sort of flows of in his case cells, and very interested in maps in my own work. We're both immigrants to the US, and it's part of our own personal narratives. So I was interested in trying to use that as an opportunity to rediscover my own subject through somebody else's interests and research, and to pull me out of my own habits of thinking in my studio, work a little bit differently, and hopefully come up with something else that I wouldn't ordinarily sort of like construct.
The Urbanite project that Catherine and I decided to do was to look at space in Baltimore sort of differently, and see how it could be more productive, how we could do things that would benefit us directly and the community. So we were looking at spaces that we could grow food, vast empty spaces such as rooftops that could produce energy, places that we could have bees because we like bees, and looking at some of the things that we see as detractors from beauty, as weeds, as things that actually could be something looked at more positively.
And basically the project is to help neighbors in Baltimore get ideas about what's possible in their neighborhood in terms of more green spaces, looking at spaces that are currently weedy or abandoned and seeing what's valuable about them, but also to provide a resource so that they want to do something to promote their neighborhood. They could go to the Urbanite website and download a resource guide so they could get in touch with people who could help them understand how to set up an apiary, or how to get some information about solar energy or agrarian activities, urban activities. So there's sort of two parts of it: the showing what's possible, and then actually providing the tool and the resources to help folks.
The project I'm working on with Molly is rumor wheels, a rumor mill, in which we're discussing how rumors are started, how they change, how stories change, and how we can try to create positive rumors and hopefully make them come true.
We began our conversation sort of, you know, sprawling all over the place, but kept coming back to ideas of sort of community and sort of viral actions like flash mobs and a variety of things. And so we kept getting stuck on like rumors and how sort of rumors themselves can be both negative but also positive in terms of making things happen in a sort of viral, organic way.
Our project really takes off from the idea of collaboration. We tried to get people to collaborate with each other in a way.
In a very playful way, because I think we hit it off from the beginning. Sense of humor, very similar, and we would meet at lunchtime and share some ideas. The brainstorming was very fluid, and from those exchanges, which were not pre-planned, this game emerged.
Well, this is a box, and inside the box we have just a few objects that may or may not have some meaning, but this is the material form of this collaborative exercise that invites people to communicate with each other. And what people do with the objects in their box is, of course, up to them. But that's part of the game.